Shalom, Akim Shalom. Before we begin this lesson, I want to start off by giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachakwarash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and a sincere shalom to the hopeful elect out there listening, learning, and or teaching. Shalom to you all. This is Tobit chapter 8 and verse 6. Thou madest Adam and gavest him Eve. So notice right here, the Lord made Adam and gave Eve to him, right? Because the scriptures say that he that getteth a wife getteth a possession, a help like unto himself, right? It continues, his wife, and gavest Eve, Salakia, and gavest him Eve, his wife, for a helper, and stay. You see, a helper is one who helps, okay? It's not somebody who is your equal. It's not somebody who is your superior. It's somebody who is your subordinate, a helper. When you go to a job, like for example, you could look up different careers, I believe, with roughnecks or people that do pipeline, okay? You got the main guy and then you got a help. So basically the help is just a guy that's there to whatever the main guy needs, the help will do it. So you need him to lift up a heavy box or I don't know. I've never been in that field, but I've watched videos, you might hand him a wrench. You might clean some things, move something out of the way, whatever he needs to get the job done that is just extra work that he don't really need to be focusing on. That's what you take care of. All the extra shit that's easy but tedious, and the work that's kind of an annoyance. Okay, and that's the main guy will do the more technical, hard work, whereas you would do all the menial little shit. All right, that's what the helper does. And a stay. Okay, so the word stay, we're gonna go into that definition. Okay, let's get this word stay. The noun stay, one that serves as a prop, a support, right? Okay. A thin, firm strip as of plastic used for stiffening a garment or parts such as a shirt collar. Right, you could think about it. The shirt is the main thing, but this plastic thing will harden it. It'll keep it hard, right? That's what a woman is supposed to do for her man. She kind of holds him together like a glue. A corset stiffened with bones, usually used in plural. Right, so you could just think about it like the frame of the house, not really like the frame of the house, but like the thing that holds the frame together. Maybe the metal sheets and the screws. If y'all know what I'm talking about, those of you that frame houses, it's like these little metal plates with holes in them, and you screw the holes in them, and you connect the different wooden supports together. Okay, just so y'all can see how the metaphor comes together. All right, let's go back to the King James here. It says, of them came mankind, right? Of who? Of Adam and Eve. Thou hast said, it is not good that man should be alone. Let us make unto him an aid like unto himself, right? An aid like unto himself, right? Because the woman is like the man. She can do a lot of things. She has hands and feet just like us. The woman can sweep. She can cook. She can clean, right? It's all the same shit that a man could do, but a man's got to take care of so many things. He's got to take care of the plantation job he's at. He's got to fix things around the house. All right. He's got to protect. Okay. He's got to raise up the kids after a certain age. He's going to raise them up and, bring them into adulthood. Right. So the father's got a lot of jobs that he's got to do. So the woman is there to take care of all the extra shit that just wastes a lot of time. Like, for example, cooking a meal. How long does it take to eat a meal? It only takes, for me, 10 minutes. All right, some people might like to sit down longer, maybe 20, 30 minutes to eat. But sometimes a meal could take fucking 4 hours to make. You got to chop vegetables. You got to season the food. You got to get meat. You got to cut it up. You might have to make a stew. Maybe you boil it for 3-4 hours, or maybe you just want to fry some meat on the pan or cook it in the oven. You got to prepare it. You got to cook it. You got to put it together. You got to set it on the table. If you got a whole family, you got a bunch of kids, right? It's not just the man and the woman, right? The woman will cook for herself and for everybody else, right? Imagine if the man had to do that after work. You come home after 12-hour shift, 8-hour shift, 10-hour shift, whatever, and then you got to cook for 2 hours, and you got to clean for another hour, right? Cleaning, that shit is low level, okay? But it has to get done, and it can take a lot of time. It's just one of those things. It's kind of like easy to do, but it just takes up a lot of time for no reason. It's just menial, okay? And that's what the woman is for, because it's on her level. It's something that she can handle, without breaking down, because the woman is created to be emotional and nurturing, okay? So to put a crazy job on a woman, like go out there and drive trucks for 12 hours a day, or go out there and do construction, or go out there and whatever job you men out there have, go dig ditches for 12 hours. You're just gonna destroy her, man. The woman's not built for that shit. Go out in the hot sun and do roofing for 10 hours. You know what I'm saying? Nah, the woman, she can cook, she can clean in the little air-conditioned house she's in. She's chilling, okay? That's a good job for her, and she can do that all fucking day while the man goes to his job and does all the hard shit that takes just as long, but it's much more intense. You see? Right? An aide like to himself, right? Like himself, but not on the same level. So we're going to go get the word aide, okay? This is the Merriam-Webster dictionary for the word aide. A person who acts as an assistant. So you can see, man, all right, this is the purpose of a woman, is to be an assistant to her man, okay? The man is the leader. The man leads the family. Okay, the woman is supposed to support the man in his work to lead the family. Okay, he has to work a certain amount of hours. He's in this truth. He has to make videos. He has to go to the highways and byways. All right, you're supposed to prepare all his meals. So when he comes home from work, when he comes home from the highways, all right, after he makes his videos, whatever, all right, he has the support he needs to be comforted, so that he don't feel like he has to do 100 jobs. All right, you do the jobs that you as a woman can handle for him. Okay, for him, not for yourself, not because you want to have your own purpose. No, your purpose is your man. Okay, imagine you go to a doctor, right? You got the medical assistant and then you got the doctor. Imagine if the medical assistant and the doctor disagreed with each other, and the medical assistant's like, nah, doc, you're doing it all wrong. I wouldn't give him that. I would do this instead, and then they start arguing with each other. Would you want to go back to that doctor? Would you believe in that hospital? Would you believe in that field if the doctor and the medical assistant were like that? Or would you rather go to a doctor who has a medical assistant that agrees with him and just does what he tells them to do? In order, right? The doctor's obviously studied more. He's built for that type of, responsibility. The medical assistant is just there to do the little shit to save the doctor's time and energy so he could focus on what he needs to focus on. You see? Here's an example, a teacher's aide. Here's another thing. It says specifically a military officer who acts as an assistant to a superior officer. Okay, what does the word superior mean? Okay. Superior, higher in rank, status, or quality, right? So women out there, your man is of higher rank, status, and quality than you are. Okay, that's the way the Lord made it. And you cannot buck up against this order, and you cannot hate this order. Okay, because if you have a problem with this order, like the scripture says, we must renew our mind. So you are the problem. Okay, not the scriptures, not the Lord. It's your responsibility to sit down and think about why you think this way. Why do you think against the scriptures, and change it and be like, no, I'm wrong. The scriptures is right. This is how I'm going to start thinking from now on. And just correct yourself as you go. If you start to buck up or act crazy, act buck wild, You know, like these hyenas out here screaming at men and bucking up and getting all dominant and masculine. Nah, you can't do that. You cannot do that. That is not your place. Okay? So your man is your superior, and that is your job. Your job is to help your man, to be an aid unto him, to be a support unto him in time of trouble. If your man loses his job, you got to be there to help him out. You might have to get a job. All right? You might have to help him find a job. You know, I as a man, I hate applying for jobs. That shit is so annoying. Typing in your name 50,000 times for every fucking application. You know, answering all those dumbass bullshit questions. You know, you may have to help him do that. You know, the little shit. Because men, you know, we want to do the big shit. We don't want to do that little shit, typing in applications and writing resumes. I mean, we can do it. But, you know, hey, if your man needs help with that stuff, that's what you're there for, man. As a woman. All right? So before you act like, you know, why can't I keep a man? Because you're not doing the womanly duties, man. You see? Because you have been brainwashed by Esau, Edom, the so-called white man who has flipped this order upside down and instead wants the woman to believe that the man was created for the woman. The man was not created to serve you and to support you. The man was created to serve Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and you, the woman, are created to support the man in his pursuit of serving and seeking Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Do you understand that now? All right, so you women in this truth that want to do what's right, this is a very important video for you to watch so you can get the right mindset of what is your purpose as a woman in this truth. You know, mainly how you should behave towards your man, right? Okay, now, of course, you want to pray to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You want to follow the laws to the best of your ability, believing in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Okay, but remember, we in captivity, so, you know, it's impossible to fully keep all the laws. Just do the best you can. And remember, your man is above you and he's serving the Lord. So, you know, you're gonna get rewarded with him because you guys are together. You're one flesh, right? So yeah, man, just remember, you women out there, to support your men in their pursuit of serving Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, right? You know, help him out around the house. Be submissive, feminine. That's the womanly duties, all right? To be a helper and to be a support for him, you know, in this hard world. Because it is hard for a man. And that's what you women got to understand. It's much harder for a man than a woman out here. Yeah, the man is built for hardness, but at the same time, you got to understand the Israelite man, the Negro, Latino, Native American, Indian man, they're under the curses, very heavy. Esau's against us. This flesh is against us. All right, and the last thing we need is our own woman against us, okay? So we're going to go into precept in the book of Genesis. Okay. This is Genesis chapter 2 and 18. It says, and Yahweh power said, it is not good that man should be alone. I will make him a helpmeet for him. So we're going to go into the word helpmeet right here. A helpmeet. It says
Strong's H5828. Azer. Azer.
All right, and that means help or succor. One who helps, right? Not one who takes lead, not one who is equal to, but one who helps. Okay, and we're gonna get the word succor. It means assistance and support in times of hardship and distress, right? So if your man lost his job, you gotta help him out until he could get another job. So you might take on extra responsibilities, right? And you're not supposed to complain and, you know, and disrespect your man because of that. Because that's literally why you exist. It's like if I go to a job, right? And, you know, I'm a maintenance tech at a job, right? And a machine at the job breaks down. My job is literally to go fix that machine. So what type of sense does it make if the machine breaks down and I start bitching and whining about how, oh man, this machine is always breaking, this, that, and the third? It's like, dude, if that machine didn't break, your ass wouldn't have a job. You see, let that sink in, man. Right? If the man was just this fucking perfect machine that didn't need any help, guess what, ladies? He wouldn't need you. Right? And that's why these dudes, a lot of these dudes nowadays don't deal with women, because y'all women don't provide anything anyway. So why would we need you? All right? It's like that job where the machine breaks down and they put in some new machine that never breaks down ever. Why would they hire a maintenance tech like me? They don't need me. That machine ain't gonna break down. You see, so that's your job, women, and you have got it ass backwards. That's why you're depressed, and that's why you got all these issues and delusion in your mind. All right, because you worship Esau, the so-called white man, and his philosophies. What you got to do is come back to the old ways and look at what the scriptures tell you. This is what you are. Okay, and you got to understand that you're going to be hated by other women. Even men will hate you. Stupid ass men, right? Or jealous men, right? Because if you got a man and other men see that, like, damn, look how she treats him, I'm jealous, fuck him and fuck her, because, why can't I have that? Whatever. The whole world, Esau is definitely going to hate you, women, if you get your asses in order, because, that's you're his main weapon against the so-called black man, the so-called black, Latino, Native American, Indian man. All right, Esau's first line of attack is our own women against us, man. Okay, so it would behoove you women to get your asses in order now while you can. And a lot of you are out there, the elect lady, you are out there somewhere. All right, keep doing what you're doing. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna finish this off by watching a couple quick videos here. This is a day in the life of a medical assistant at Legacy Health. Fair use. I'm not making money off this. This is for educational purposes only.
Work around 7:15 a.m. Since I get to wear scrubs to work, it makes getting dressed really easy. I usually drive to work, but some people take public transportation. I became an MA shortly after high school. The training program took only 8 months, and I love being able to help people and make a contribution. The first thing
she is helping people and making a contribution, all right? Because she's a medical assistant, right? Just like you wives are the assistant to your husband. You're supposed to help your husband and make a contribution to the family. All right, it's not about how you feel. Oh, I'm tired. I'm this and that. I don't cook. I don't clean. It should be, what can I do for my family today? What can I do for my husband today? What can I cook? What can I clean? What can I do to contribute? My husband's stressed out. Let me do this, that, and the third for him. It's thinking about other people and not being selfish. Let's keep it going.
Each day is put my stuff away in the break room. Then I clock in and check the patient load and schedule for the day. I also check the faxes and in-basket and generally get ready to see patients. We have such pretty views from our windows. One of the best things about working for Legacy is the people I work with. They're the best. Then it's time to see my first patient. My job is to take all their vitals and get them settled into the exam room and ready for the doctor.
You see, her job is to take the vitals, get them ready for the doctor, right? You see? She's doing everything that the doctor doesn't need to waste his time doing. Simple, easy things, repetitive things, time-consuming things. She's taking care of those and getting the patient ready for the doctor. Okay, that's a metaphor for what you women can do for your husbands. Okay, you cook, you clean, you take care of the house, you're the homemaker. All right, you're getting all that stuff ready for your husband. All right, because your husband is the superstar of the show. And see, I keep reiterating the same thing in different ways so you can get it. This is what the scriptures teach. The Lord is dealing with men. He is not dealing with you women directly. Okay, so if you want to deal with the Lord, or the Lord to deal with you, this is how you deal with the Lord, through the man that he put in your life. All right, especially if your man is a man of the Lord, all right, you definitely better treat that man right. Okay?
First, I get their weight and take their temperature. Once we're in the room,
See, that's simple shit. Cook, clean, take a temperature, check this, check that. Basic ass shit that has to be done, but it's repetitive, it's monotonous. It can wear somebody out who may have to deal with more technical things on a higher level, right? Like the doctor.
their blood pressure and pulse, and confirm information from their patient record. I chat with the patients and try to make it feel like they are a person and not a number. I probably see an average of 15 patients a day. Then I let the doctor know when the patient is ready for them and tell them the details. Time for lunch. Are you?
Right. So then she give the details to the husband, right? You know, your wife, you as a woman might tell the husband, you know, the children, you know, they behaved good today, whatever, or they did this, that, and the third. That way the husband, the man, could be prepared to deal with the children, to discipline the children. All right, when he's disciplining the children, you women gotta, you know, support that man in his decision. All right, if the children need an ass whooping, they need an ass whooping. All right, then they come to you, and you know, as a woman, you gotta explain to them, you know, your father's only doing it because he loves you. He's trying to help you. You know, supporting the man, not disagreeing, not going on a whole nother side quest. All right, focus on your mission in life, man. All right, for all of you out there, us men serving Yahweh Shem Shai, pushing his truth. All right, and you women, being helpmeets, man. All right, so now I'm gonna give you an example of what not to do. Okay, so this is a video about a man asking his woman, you know, what would you leave your man if he lost his job? And we're gonna see the answer to it.
Pay attention. If your man lost his job today, how long would it take for you to leave him if you would leave him?
Today. I will leave him today. You say he lost his job today?
Yeah.
I will leave him today.
Here, if you have to hit him with this, it's fine.
Oh, shit.
Hit him.
It's an evil world we live in.
Mm-hmm. It definitely is an evil world. You see? And a lot of women today will say this and say it seriously. Like, hey, if my man lost his job today, I would leave him today. And you got plenty of stories where the man would lose his job. He lost his woman. He came back stronger than ever. Ended up making double the money. Tightening up in his own personal life. And then that woman gonna call him back. And now he gonna be like, you know what? Hey, fuck you. You ain't coming back. Hey, go with whoever you decided to go to. Since you left me at my worst, you ain't gonna have me at my best. See, that's the thing. All right, you want a high quality man, you women out there, but you're not willing to go through the ups and downs. You just want to be there at the finish line. That's not how it works, man. You are the helpmate. You're supposed to be the one who held your husband together in those tough times, so that now in the good times he's able to, you know, get to the next level, so to speak. All right, so yeah, you women play an important role, okay? And this is what, you know, we're teaching you according to the scriptures, what your true role on this earth is, so you can actually be truly happy and fulfilled, okay? Because you know, this is the best life to live, man, is according to the scriptures, man, right? Because what's gonna lead to eternal life is Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. It's not the ways of this world, okay? It's not putting your faith on Esau, putting your faith on money, right? Because what's gonna happen is, you know, those of y'all that don't repent, you Israelite women that don't repent, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, Indian women that do not repent, you will be destroyed here in America with all these other heathens, right? These Edomites, these other nations. Okay, you're all gonna die a terrible death called thermonuclear destruction. Okay, because that's what you deserve for going against the ways of life, man. You people are a cancer on the earth, right? Even those of you that are not Edomites, you're still helping the fucking Edomites. So what? How does that make you different from them? Right? Why should you get another punishment? All right. Now, of course, on the other side, you'll have mercy. The Lord will have mercy on you. You wicked Israelites. Okay? But still, dying in that thermonuclear fire is not fun, man. So, it's best to get our asses back in order as a nation. All right? Now, only 1/3 of us is going to do it here in America and a remnant around the world. But the rest of y'all ain't going to do it. And, Lord's will, I'm one of them. All right? But the rest of y'all ain't going to do it. Y'all going to end up in that thermonuclear fire. Okay? Because that's the punishment that people like this deserve, man. You're going to leave a man when he's at his worst, damn near in a bad spot. Hell, he could be on the brink of suicide. And what is his main support, his main helper is supposed to do? She's supposed to double down and help him. But what does she do? She does the opposite. She leaves him. She leaves him, bro. At the worst moment. All right? A lot of you women got to answer for how many men you caused to be put to death, man. Because a lot of these men done took their lives. They might have done foolish things to help you that they shouldn't have done, right? Because a lot of men have lost their wits for women. Okay, because like I say in my videos, men are deprived in this Edomite kingdom, this queendom. And you women, instead of helping them, you make it harder. Right? You are doing the opposite of your job, man. And we bring these videos out to go against Esau and to correct you women because, we're called to teach and preach the truth, the 100% truth of the scriptures here on the earth. Okay, this is a righteous vibration that's going out, and the elect is gonna hear it and get woken up. But the wicked of our own people, all right, and the nations, they're gonna get their judgment. Okay, because all these nations out here are guilty too, man. Esau, Elam, Ishmael, Hamites, fucking Moab, Ammon. Okay, all these different nations out here, they're guilty as charged with Esau, man. Okay, but even they will get some mercy in the kingdom. But Esau just took it to the whole nother level, man. Esau will not receive any mercy, man. Okay, so again, we're going to read Tobit 8 and 6 in the Good News Translation to make it a little easier to understand. And we'll close out Lord's will. This is Tobit 8 and 6. You created Adam and gave him his wife Eve to be his helper and support. Right, so this woman right here was not a helper or a support. All right, when her husband loses his job, she's going to leave him high and dry. And instead of helping him with his problem, she's going to give him a second problem. It says they became the parents of the whole human race, you said, which there's no such thing as the human race. So this translation does go off. But it says, it is not good for a man to live alone. I will make a suitable helper for him, right? A helper, a helpmeet, an aid. All right, a subordinate, a possession. Okay. And again, there's nothing wrong with these words. If it causes you emotional offense or anger, it is because Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, has put that nonsense into your head, and it is your duty to remove it from your spirit and renew yourself by being baptized in what? These scriptures, okay, which means to be immersed, to be submerged in these scriptures, okay. And this video right here, okay, through Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachakorash, all right, will cleanse you of all those wicked philosophies and false ways of thinking that's leading you to death. Okay, so I pray that this video was edifying to the hopeful elect out there. I want to finish by giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachakorash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught us this truth, and a sincere shalom to the hopeful elect out there listening, learning, and or teaching. Shalom to you all. Shalom.